All right, family. If y'all are just tuning in, it's Professor Griff of Serious Minds. I'm supposed to be on the Carl Nelson show at 5 o'clock. It is now 5 o'clock, and I have them in my headset here. If y'all not sure what the Carl Nelson show is, go Google it right now. So I'm live on the Carl Nelson show. I'm trying to figure out how to play it where y'all can hear it. All right. So let me figure that out. Hold on. Let me see.
Happen. Devils were cast out in his name.
Peace, sure. Call me a little bit later on. Or matter of fact, I'm gonna call you. I got that T-shirt for you and that mask. All right. I've been meaning to call you, let you know I got it. Yeah, the dudes in the hood robbed the bootleg dude. All right. He must have licked some shots or something, because guess who he called to help him get out of jail? Ain't that ironic? The bootlegged dude is bootlegging Public Enemy stuff. The dudes run up on him. He fired back, do whatever, end up in jail. All right, but he want to call me to help him get out of jail, but he wouldn't get. Yeah, long story.
And then, so these things that Christ declared unto those who believe.
This is the show prior to me coming on, so I'm just taking it all in.
And that's what we have to really understand. Because something is outside of the scope of logic.
If y'all just tuning in, it's Professor Griff of Serious Minds. I'm on the Carl Nelson show, all right, which is a nationwide show. You can tune in out of the DMV area, all right.
Realistic in scope. And so that's what we're dealing with. Everything that Christ did was outside of the scope of logic, man. No one raised the dead. That's outside of the scope of logic. So if he raised Lazarus from the dead, what is it? What he himself he raised from the dead. So that's what we have to understand about this. There's a totally different distinction between that which is within the spirit realm and the understanding of those who are spiritual and those who are in the carnal realm or the earthly realm and their understanding. We believe that particular thing. That
all right, we got to cut it there because we got Professor Griff on deck. But gentlemen, again, I thank you for sharing this information with us. I always ask you, how can people get more information? How can they reach you guys?
Well, this is Pastor Kerwin. PasadenaChurch.com is our website. We're on Facebook as under Pasadena Church, and YouTube under Pasadena Church Online. And I've got email access to all of those as above as well.
And you can reach me at the Edmonds Group Global.
Thank you, Mr. Wade.
At gmail.com.
WOL 1450 AM in the DMV area. You can go online, I believe, and catch the Carl
Thanks,
Nelson
guys.
show.
Thank you for sharing that information with us.
Oh, certainly.
All right, blessings.
All right, let's move on now to Public Enemies. Professor Griff. Professor Griff, welcome back to WOL Radio.
Greetings, Mr. Carl Nelson. How you doing? And thank you for the invitation back to be on your program.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, because we've seen what's been going on with the artists. I mean, some of the recording artists, they made a statement yesterday or did something yesterday. Didn't get a lot of publicity, though. But I want to get your response to recording artists about to the recent killings. So we just had the preachers, talking about their response, and they were alarmed. They're not alarmed. It's, just discussing that some of the white preachers are being silent. So I just want to get your thoughts about the recording artists, their response to these recent killings. And of course, I'm talking about Aubrey, Breonna Taylor, and also Floyd's murder as well.
Well, I think we need to understand and understand it from this perspective. A lot of the artists are getting some of the information, the factual information. They're kind of getting it really, really late. When I say late, the few artists that I did speak to just found out about Breonna Taylor and just received actual fact about actually what happened to Breonna Taylor. Most of them really truly didn't understand what happened with Ahmaud Arbery here in Brunswick, Georgia. It wasn't until George Floyd got choked by under officer's knee in Minneapolis. Then I think a lot of time that was the ripple effect, and they started looking into what actually happened with that particular case and said, "Oh wow!" So they're watching in TV and going on social media, and they're seeing signs of these other people, and they said, "Well, when did these other things happen?" And they all happened within about 2 or 3 months. So it's almost a murder a month with black people. So the no, I'm sorry, go on.
Over here for a sec, Griff. So they didn't know because they're self-absorbed or because they're locked in the studio. I know when guys get in this creative mode, they just shut everything off and just concentrate on their projects. Which one was it, or was it both?
I think it was both, Carl, and we cannot desensitize or say that they are desensitized when it comes to keeping their finger on the pulse of what's going on with black people in the black community. When you get in that mode, when you're in creative mode, you lock yourself in the studio to get it done, you get it done. Coming up for some fresh air and you're hearing about what's going on, a lot of times that may affect the sound that you're trying to create in the studio. The artists that I did hear from, it was very, very, it was some mixed feelings, Carl, to be honest with you. I've heard some things that I said, no, that's not the message that we should be sending to young people. That's not the message as artists on how we want to be represented on what our position is going to be. I've heard some stuff that really rocked me back in my seat, Carl.
I take it you were disappointed.
Oh, I was thoroughly disappointed in some of these artists. And if they don't like me and not my friend, they probably won't be my friend after this broadcast, because it's like, no, come on. I can't sit idly by and let that fly like that. But guess what? The people spoke up in some of these situations. I love black people, and I love the artists, especially because, I'm coming up among them and with them, rubbing elbows and strategizing and these kind of things and doing performances and other kind of things with them. It's like I want to hear something positive from them and strong, but it's like, wow. Ooh, it's really disheartening.
Were they detached? Were they just feel like, that's happening to somebody else somewhere else? What were their feelings? Did they feel like they didn't see any kinship with those people, those three that you mentioned that got killed?
I don't, you know what it is called? Because it didn't happen to them personally or someone in their family or someone that they knew. They feel like they're removed from it. And I remind them about the common thread that runs through our veins. So I keep hearing this thing from artists, recording artists and actors and actresses. This idea of all lives matter. I am so sick and tired of hearing that. It unnerves me, Carl. I think it was the white artist Macklemore who said that. He gave the example. He says, listen, if someone called the fire department because there's a house on fire, the fire department don't show up on the block and start putting water on the other houses. You got to deal with the house that's on fire. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a very, very real dynamic when you truly really have to look at things, Carl. We can't just look at all the other houses on the block. You have to look at the one that needs the most attention in this kind of situation. So when the people were saying Black Lives Matter, they said, let's be clear. We said Black Lives Matter. We never said only Black Lives Matter. That was the media that came up with this distortion about Black Lives Matter. And then in truth, we know that all lives matter. We already know that. All right. But when we start supporting those particular lives that we know that the vast majority of people in this world think that life don't matter, then we have to scream loud and clear and be in your face and say Black lives matter. But Black lives are not going to matter until they matter to Black people. And these demonstrations, the cry for justice, the protest, shows and proves that Black lives matter to not only Black people, but people in general.
Well, let me ask you this. Did they change their minds after they saw that, this is not just limited to the United States. This is international, and people who buy their product, they're out there in the streets protesting. I'll let you respond to that after the short break.
Okay.
Check the traffic and weather in the DMV. Folks, you want to speak to Professor Griff? Reach out to us at 800-450-7876. We'll take your calls after the short break right here on 1450 WOL, where information is power.
All right, family. Carl Nelson has a show. It's terrestrial radio. All right. So they have to do that terrestrial radio format. So he's gonna have commercials and that kind of thing. So in between the commercials, we can dialogue. Quan, what's good with you? All right. Sydney, you said you want this hat. I've been selling these hats for a whole year. And these hats, there's no more of these hats. Hold on, let me see. Nah, there's no more of these hats. My connection was the Chinese connection I had in China, but they stopped communicating. I think because it's going down in China. Shout out to Sean Carter. What's good with you, man? All right. To everyone that ordered my book, it is on the way. Just be a little bit more patient with me. These riots put another monkey wrench in the game. These protests, I shouldn't call them riots. They're not riots. Protests, resistance movements in the street to put another monkey wrench in the game. All right. Did I hear about Trina and Trick Daddy? No. What did Trina and Trick Daddy say?
Skechers.com. Because at Skechers.com, we have miles and miles.
What did Trina and Trick Daddy say?
Shoes on the planet. We have boys and girls shoes that sparkle and light up. Skechers.com has work shoes, slip-on, sports shoes, casual shoes, canvas shoes, go walk, go run. The styles are endless. And on Skechers.com, you can find all the fits you need. Plus, so many shoes with Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam to find all the styles, all the fits, and all the comfort. Only at Skechers.com.
John D.K. was born June 4th, 1962 in Durham, North Carolina, the 15th of 16 children. He is a singer, songwriter,
okay.
musician.
I'm still waiting to hear what Trick Daddy.
North Carolina School of the Arts. John has
Salute. All right.
to attend the Juba College Conservatory
Miss Powell from Cleveland, Ohio. What's good with you?
And after watching one of his friends murdered in a drug deal gone bad, dedicated his life to God. John formed the New Life Community Choir, or NLCC. He founded the Victory.
Nah, Trina did not call the black protesters animals. Send that to me.
Standing in the need. I do worship. Jesus is real.
Nah, yeah. Nah, she didn't do that.
Never shall forget. Show up. Strength. Right now, praise. Any day. Life and favor. And I made it out. John received a Grammy nomination in 2004 for Best Gospel Choir or Chorus Album for Blessed by Association.
Wow.
Still striving, still standing.
Yeah, I don't. Trina really said this for real. Come on, man. Send me some. Yeah, I don't know.
40 years of informing, inspiring, and entertaining.
You gotta send me a link or something, man.
Legacy with a commemorative 40th anniversary scratcher. Remember, when you play, we all win as proceeds from DC Lottery games support essential city services, including healthcare, education, and public safety. The tempo may have changed, but the winning continues. Keep it safe and play by the rules. Lots of people win.
All right, we're back on.
1450 WOL.
And now back to the Carl Nelson Show.
Washington, D.C.'s 1450 WOL Radio.
Thanks for rolling with us, folks. Our guest is from Public Enemy. Of course, his name is Professor Griff. Number to call to speak to Griff is 800-450-7876. And Griff, the question I asked you, I'll just repeat the question, so I know you probably still remember it, though. Some of the artists that were sort of reluctant to speak out when all of this jumped off, have they changed their minds and now they've seen that it's really it's an international scheme, and the people who support them by their records, go to their shows, they're out there in the streets. Has that made them have a change of heart?
I think, yeah, definitely people power, Carl. I think the people that support them basically was asking the question, where you at? I mean, you vocal about a whole bunch of other things, but when a black man gets choked to death by a white police officer, you mute? No, we have to hear from you. You have to say something. But it surprises me when they do come up with some fresh air, the things that they say. I heard Mike Epps, funny comedian. We love Mike Epps, but when you start talking about the All Lives Matter thing, as opposed to addressing what's on the table right in front of us, we have a problem with that. I love Erykah Badu. But when I start hearing things like, we're in revolt mode, she says, I know that, but we're outgunned, and she asks the people to fall back now, family. This is an order. My question is, who made Erykah Badu the general? I'm just confused. So my thing is, if you make songs and you make good songs and cool, make good songs. When the riots were going down, I believe back in the 60s, they came to James Brown. And they asked James Brown to help them quell the violence. James Brown said, I can't stop something I didn't start. The people took to the street and demanding justice. We love and we honor and respect Erykah Badu, but to say to the masses of the people to fall back and just to let Erykah Badu know we're never outgunned. Never, ever. Didn't you just have the Faith Brothers on? Yeah, they'll tell you we're never outgunned when you got the Creator on your side, man. We've been through everything, Carl, and we're going to be here after this. But this is bringing global attention to the plight of black people in America. And justice has to be served, man. We demand injustice.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, Griff. Do you think this is going to hurt their record sales or people go to hear their performances, whether it be comedians or movies? Do you think the people who see that these cats did not speak up or spoke indifferently to the cause, whenever all this is over, because it's not going to last forever, whenever it's over, and they go back to making music or telling jokes or doing movies, people say, hey, I remember this cat wasn't with us back in the day, so I'm not buying this stuff. You think that's going to happen?
No, not to someone like Erykah Badu. No, not at all. Simply because I don't think she did it out of dislike for black people. Or she didn't want. I think she was saying that as a mom. Like, look, fall back. We outnumbered. We're not going to win this one like this. You understand what I'm saying? I think Erykah was saying that and letting people know, look, we got to come back, regroup. Ain't nothing wrong with retreat if you're going back to feed your troops and to reorganize and to strengthen your troops and give your troops some rest. But that's not the way it came across. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like, come on. And then to say you're giving an order, yeah, that tends to speak to something else. So I think she'll bounce back from it. She heard from her fans. Her fans spoke up and spoke out. I'm just bringing it to her attention from one artist to the next.
Right. You also said that some of the artists feel that voting is the answer to the systemic racism problem that we're facing.
You know something? That's the second point I wanted to make, Carl. I'm so sick and tired of these black artists telling us to vote. I'm just trying to figure. I asked the question on my show the other night. If we're going to vote for who? If we're going to vote for somebody, how come we can't have a list of demands in front of us of about 36 particular things that we want this particular candidate to address? And if they don't address them, then no, they do not get our vote. We have to understand that particular dynamic. And there's nothing wrong with holding your vote. Carl. But if these artists are stepping up to the plate saying you have to vote, but we have to vote for Trump or Biden, I say no, we really don't have to. No, not at all. And I'm just trying to figure out, Carl, when does the vote ever change our condition? So you swap out presidents, and then what happens, Carl? I'm just curious. I'm just asking a question.
It's a rhetorical question because you know the answer. But let me move on a little bit and ask you, since you, most people would agree with you, just about every black person would agree with you, Griff. So what is it we want? It's the candidate X and candidate Y says, Professor Griff, what is it your people want? What do you tell them?
I will sum that up and give them a serious summation of every black leader that came and stood for the people. All right, all the way from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad right to Marcus Garvey, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and everyone that stood up for the people, men and women. And we would give them a list of things that we want, starting with 8 to 10 states that we can call our own. Now, I know that's a big one to bite off and chew, Carl, but it almost seems like the way the things are looking right now, we might need to just separate. You understand what I'm saying? Because if we're not going to get along with these people in peace, then something else has to happen. Now, I know that's a lot to chew on, but we have to start thinking in terms of governing ourselves, policing ourselves, supporting ourselves, doing business with people outside of this country that will do business with black people inside of this country, a nation within a nation.
And it's not as far-fetched as you might think, though.
Okay, thank you.
Last week, I think, I think it was Open Phone Friday. We had one of our close brother Jamal out in L.A., and he says, it's time for us to go.
Exactly.
Let them have it. Let them have it, and let the Sambos who work with them, let them have it. You know, and some people, you know, say, wait a minute, there might be something there. But there's other folks are so wrapped up in the flag, the red, white, and blue, they can't envision themselves living outside the United States. So they had an issue with that. But
well, Carl,
people like Brother Jamal proposed it. He's ready to go.
Well, let's make it clear. I'm not saying to black people we need to leave America. I'm saying we could have 8 to 10 states that we can call our own here. And if some of us want to leave, leave. The other ones, if they want to stay and be with them other people across the fence, then y'all go do that. But we want to be self-governed. We want to govern the self. We want to carve out our own destiny for ourselves.
Well, let's look at that. Having said that, who's gonna be in charge? Because you know somebody's got to run the place. Somebody's got to be the boss. Are we back at the same era we are with voting again?
No, absolutely not. Why can't it be a coalition of people? We don't have to have one leader. Who came up with this one leader concept anyway? One person doesn't have to necessarily lead. We could have a governing body that leads us, so that governing body represents all the other different people in America. There could be someone to represent the Christians, the one that still believe in Jesus. We could have someone to represent the Hebrew Israelites and the Muslims and all the other people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right, a council of elders.
A council of elders, exactly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they have a council of elders. You know, that's interesting. That's a good part. So I know people are going to talk about that on Friday. But I want to talk about the protesters that are out there, because it seems like this whole protest has been hijacked. Before we used to see, you know, for the last rallies, it's just been us, predominantly us. 99% of the people you see. Now you look on TV, you look at people in Iran. In fact, today in Africa, African states, the 52 African states, they call on Africans to march on the U.S. embassies in the 52 African countries. Woo. You've seen it in Iran. You've seen it in New Zealand, Australia, Germany, Paris. They shut down Paris today. Shut down London. Why do you think this is exploding like this?
I think because people are sick and tired of America. People are sick and tired of white people. Everyone from Karen in Central Park to the CIA agent that's doing whatever abroad. People are just tired of white people and this racism, white supremacy, and the way they operate, man. Plain and simple. And there's no other way to say it, Carl. I mean, I'd like to say it in a nicer, kinder, gentler way, but there's no other way to say it. People are just tired of white people and the way they operate, man. Because it always seems like we have to end up dying at the hands of white people that don't plan on giving us any justice. And brothers are feeling it all across the globe now on a human level, Carl, what Malcolm X talked about. Cool, we want to talk about civil rights, but what about the human rights? And this is what people are seeing on a global scale. They're looking back in America while America tries to dictate what goes on in their country. And they're saying, now, wait a minute. You got black people right there in your own country that you won't give justice to. Stop dictating what goes on in my country. And then when they see this thing go down with George Floyd, they said, now, wait a minute. Enough is enough. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I asked all of the black people on my show a question the other night. Where are your white friends now? Where are your white friends that are so vocal and got a lot to say and want to dress and look like black people and they blast their rap music loud? All right, where they at? How come we don't hear from them? Where's Becky and Ashley and the rest of them? And it's very, we don't get too much response from too many people when that question is asked, Carl. So just know that.
What about people in interracial relationships too? How do you think they're faring right now?
Oh wow, what's the rapper's name? The female, Eve.
Right.
Eve put up. Right. Yeah, Eve put up a post, and I thought I saved it, but I'm not sure if I didn't save it. She said, "You could hold on. Wait, I think I got it." It says Eve speaks out how the protests are affecting her interracial marriage. She says, "I'm having some of the most difficult conversations I've ever had with my husband."
To be a fly on the wall and hear those conversations.
I'd like to definitely hear them conversations, and not only with someone as popular as Eve, but just some of the other conversations that people are so wrapped up and forsaken black people and dating and marrying black people and just went cross the fence and marry some of these other people. And it's like, I like some of those conversations, Carl. Now we have to understand something. Are they going to be allies in this, or are they going to give us some pushback?
Yeah, they got to make a choice.
Yep. Yeah.
They have to make a choice.
Yes.
And that's part of the problem too. So many people are sitting on the fence. The Faith Brothers were talking about the white preachers who wouldn't speak, who haven't said anything, and it's like white folks are being silent. And I hear the drummers warming up, so we got to take a short break. We'll address that situation on the other side. Folks, you want to speak to Professor Griff from Public Enemy? Reach out to us. I know it's toll free. It's also worldwide. It's 800-450-7876. We'll take your phone calls after this quick break right here on 1450 WOL, where information is power.
Work at home.
All right, Serious Minds family. It's critical when you really kind of look at the difference, and I think I'm going to bring this up in the next segment. It's critical when you look at the difference between a Tupac and somebody like Eve. All right, it's the difference when you look at an Ice-T, Ice Cube, and some other people that was protesting and spoke up and spoke out. Hold on for a second. Which is a critical thing. Who was it? Ice Cube, Common, Ice-T, Snoop Dogg. I'm shocked and surprised at some of these people. I thought they was on the coon train, man. Look, seriously, I did. And I have to admit that, and y'all heard me say it several times. I was through with Common. I was through with who's the other Negro, man? Just turned coon on me. Yeah. I was just through with them. I'm like, oh, LL, Cool J. I was through it, man. Hearing what they said about slavery, I was done. But I heard something from LL that made me think twice. I'm like, wow. Now let's see if you come behind your words now with some action, man. For real. For real. So yeah. Yes, Nick Cannon did his thing. And isn't it ironic that me and my cousin Leah Marie just did the song "Bleed" that's on my album, and we poured a musical libation. I didn't hear Papoose. Nah. Hold on. We might be coming back.
And now back to the Carl Nelson Nelson Show. On Washington, D.C.'s 1450 WOL Radio.
Thanks for rolling with us, folks. Our guest is Professor Griff from Public Enemy, a Minister of Information, discussing the rallies, the protests, the recent slate of killings in our community. Number to call if you'd like to speak to Professor Griff, 800-450-7876. Right before the break, Professor Griff, I was asking about the silence. The Faith Brothers mentioned that the white preachers have been silent. And it seems like white people have chosen not to say anything. One of the Faith Brothers says because they probably don't know what to say. This happened before, and they're asking them how to address the situation. I thought it was kind of strange. The preachers not to see something going wrong and trying to figure out what you got to say. But for people in your industry, the recording industry, white, even some blacks are being silent. What say you? What do they do? What's up here?
I think silence is no excuse. First of all, Dr. Martin Luther King said silence is no excuse. And then I think that's absolutely not the truth, Carl. I think they know exactly what to say. They're weighing and judging whether or not if they still going to get the check, if they still going to get the bag. So they know what to say. I'll be 60 August 1st. I've lived many years in America and seen exactly what's been going down. A lot of these artists are about 10, maybe 15 years behind me. And they've seen enough to know what's going on because it's the same scenario over and over and over. They can speak up and speak out about something, Carl. Encourage the people. They know what I Can't Breathe sounds like and looks like on a placard in a protest. People have been protesting for months. So they know what that looks like. They can speak up and speak out. LL Cool J didn't have a problem speaking up and speaking out for injustice recently. Nick Cannon didn't have a problem. Ice Cube didn't have a problem. Common didn't have a problem. Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, all of the ones that spoke up and spoke out about this particular situation, Kevin Hart and a few other people didn't have a problem speaking up and speaking out. We know what the police do firsthand because everyone that I just mentioned come from the hood. And we know exactly what they do. We know exactly what we should be saying to young people that are taken to the streets right now. And I am surprised because you're absolutely right, Carl. They did hijack the protest. Agent provocateurs were out in the crowds doing some things. When people were sending me the footage, I was like, wow. These Antifa individuals dressed in black, starting fires and handing out bricks and paying people in the crowd. Literally, they sent me the clip of the white boy walking through the crowd, handing people $20 bills to go pick up bricks to throw. We have footage of white guys looking like police officers smashing windows. We had one video someone sent me, and it was a news reporter playing gunshots on his phone. He held the phone down. He was playing gunshots.
I don't know if you saw the one. I think it was in D.C. There was some police officers unloading bricks outside of a building.
Yes.
And it was somebody on top of the building shot it and saw them. I said, we don't know if they're police officers, but they were dressed in the police uniform, so they might have been impersonators as well.
No, I think that was Antifa. These right-wing white supremacists. I call them right because there's somebody else on the left, but hell, they could be left too. But I'm saying to you, they were dressed in black and they was getting protection from the police.
Right. 800-450-7876. Brother William's joining us. He's in Tennessee. He wants to speak to you. Brother William, you're on with Professor Griff.
Thank you so very much, Carl, for allowing me on this call. My first time call. I've been listening to years. You have the #1 radio show, talk radio show worldwide. So I want to definitely give you that. Thank you too, Brother Griff.
Give thanks.
For being that big brother, being that soldier on the front line, and we thank you for all that you do.
Give thanks, good brother.
Foremost.
Give thanks.
Secondly, I would just like to counter back with what Brother Griff was saying. I'm an ex-soldier myself. I lived in Germany for 7 years, and I represented myself and my family very well as a black man living over there. They befriended me. And they all asked me, William, when are the black people in America going to rise up? Because we want to do business with you. You hear what I said?
Right.
We want to do business with you. Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, who is my teacher, He confirmed that, and he said, brother, the whole world is waiting on your ride. He's referring to the black man and woman right here in America. We are the most important people in this dispensation of time. Okay? Everything will revolve around us as to what we do. The hip-hop community, I applaud Snoop Dogg and all the other brothers and sisters that stood up. But there was a signal that Snoop Dogg made. He sent out a shot to all the black leadership out there when he spoke out against, what's the sister name on CBS Morning Show?
Gayle King.
Forgot she's a friend. I'm sorry?
Gayle King.
She's a friend of Oprah's.
Gayle King. I believe her name is, yes.
She's a friend of when he spoke out against what she did to another black man, that was a shot heard around the country. Meaning, if you're going to be in front of black people,
right?
Young black people are sick and tired of sellouts. They are sick and tired of it, and they are waking up quick. You
Right.
can no longer come out in front of us, and then you turn around and then you sell us out, or you are complicit. You can no longer be complicit today. There is a mau taking place, and it's being heard over in Africa as well. They are moving because they see that we are moving. America will be destroyed from within and not from the outside. The rest of the world is waiting on us.
Right, exactly.
I just wanted to make that comment. Brother Griff, thank you. If you are able to come back off what I said, praise be to Allah.
Oh, okay.
I'll get off the air and thank you very much, Carl. Thank you.
All right.
Well,
Thanks for them.
well, Carl, as you know, a lot of people around the globe listen to rap and hip hop artists from America. When we have two individuals like T.I. and Killer Mike that stand up at a press conference with Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and don't give the people that are protesting, rightfully protesting, peaceful protesting in Atlanta, to come on and tell people to vote, come on the national TV and tell people just to go home, that is reckless, man. That is reckless, and that's some seriously spiritual bypassing. You cannot come on and just tell the people to go home. And then they said the reason why you should go home is because we're coming in the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King. Stop that. Dr. Martin Luther King said what riot is the language of the unheard. This is what Dr. Martin Luther King said. So we have a message for white people. Dear white people, stop using Dr. King's name as an example of peaceful protest. Y'all shot him when he was peacefully protesting. You sick dogs on him when he was peacefully protesting. So we have to understand that particular dynamic. And another thing, when have peaceful protests ever worked?
All right. And then the question they're going to say to you then, Griff, if we don't protest, what do we do?
No, we have to protest.
What do we do?
We know a segment of us have to protest. A segment of us have to do the legal thing. A segment of us have to let them know with shows like this that no, we have to galvanize our people and support our people. Everyone is not going to protest. Those that want to get out there and vent their frustration. Listen, it was a pressure cooker any old way, Carl. You had young people bottled up for 2.5 months. Can't come outside because of COVID-19. And then you're going to creep the economy and let them back out just a little. So guess what happened? They had no jobs, no food. They were starving people to death. All right, you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't do anything. Half of them couldn't apply for unemployment. What do you think the people are going to do? It's a pressure cooker. So then when the thing hit with Ahmaud Arbery, Georgia was all ready to tear stuff up. And then the thing happened with Breonna Taylor. When they got that news, they said, now, wait a minute. So then when the thing happened with George Floyd and watching this man die right in front of us on social media, enough was enough. They said, to hell with it. We don't care nothing about no COVID-19, 18, 21, or anything. We're going out to let our voices be heard. Plain and simple.
Right. But that was us, stateside. So why is it taking up this flight all across the globe?
Because
are the brothers under the same pressure?
Of course they're under the same pressure. It's the same mindset. It's racism, white supremacy. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing says it's local and global. We haven't forgot what she said. It's local and global, and it's a system. It's a system, and it's the same thing, the same tactics that they're using here, they're using there. As a matter of fact, the tactics that they're using there, they learned from here.
All right, hang on, Griff. Got some more folks who want to talk to you. 800-450-7876. Franklin's on line 2, calling from Michigan. Franklin, you want with Professor Griff.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Carl and Professor Griff?
Greetings.
Franklin Fidel. Please, Professor Griff. You spoke at Muskegon, Michigan some years ago.
Okay.
That was my boxing club.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But real quickly, I want to put to rest this whole notion about celebrities and others talking about voting. Recently, former President Obama, in reference to what's going on, said real change starts at the voting booth. You know, I vehemently disagree with that, and I think that whole approach just needs to be condemned. If voting was the solution, we would have been had an answer. I mean, these things were going on during his administration. We had a black attorney general, a black president, and we still was getting death at the hands of the police.
Right.
I just want to say to the people, black people in America, that we need to put aside this whole idea that voting is the solution. I mean, that is such an antiquated belief, and it's really hurting our people. And instead,
Right, that's all right. Hang on a second, Franklin. We got to take a short break here. I'll let you finish your statement or your question to Professor Griff on the other side. Folks, you two can join this discussion with Griff. Reach out to us, 800-450-7876. Your call's next on 1450. WOL, where information is power.
All right, family. I gotta be mindful that homeschool life. What's good with you? I have to be mindful that that I'm on the Carl Nelson show, because, and I know it's not becoming of a man like myself who's seen so much and experienced so much, and I should be more disciplined in the way I'm handling this, but it's difficult, man. Yo, it bothers me when I hear these Negroes talking about voting. Just Negro-ness all damn day long. Vote is not going to do you any good. Trust me, fam, it's not going to do you any good. You want to invoke the name of Dr. Martin Luther King when you know goddamn well they shot Dr. Martin Luther King in the neck and in the face. Alex Little, what's good with you? Alex 37X, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm on deck, man. So when the word is given, hey, I'm here. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, man. Qatar, Rahotep, I see it. What's good with you? Asar, what's up? So yeah, so we have to understand this particular dynamic of what's going on with some of these Negroes that still want to tell you to vote. What's their agenda? You're right, exactly. Voting didn't make the racists sane back then. How will it make them suddenly sane in these modern times? I think we're back.
Washington, D.C.'s 1450 WOL Radio.
All right, just staying with us, folks. Our guest is Professor Griff from Public Enemy. The number to call to speak to Professor Griff is 800-450-7876. Go back to Franklin, Michigan in a moment. Let me just remind you, tomorrow, Egypt Charles' Tony Browder is going to join us. So if you're in the DMV, keep your radio locked right here on 1450 WOL. So, Franklin in Michigan, your question or your comment for Brother Griff?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to conclude by challenging the notion that voting has anything to do with the way white people are going to treat black people. I just want to put that to rest. You know, Brother Malcolm put it best. He said we need to wake up, clean up, and stand up. He didn't say nothing about going to the voting booth to solve these problems. Where is the Congressional Black Caucus and these other political entities when crises arise? So I just wanted to put that to rest. That when I hear celebrities say that, I hear black politicians say that, let's not think voting for Joe Biden is going to solve this problem for us. He's been in, I just want to put that to rest. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Oh, give thanks, Franklin. We appreciate you.
Griff, you want to respond to anything he said?
No. He's absolutely, it's actual facts. I mean, my thing is we got to look at the record of Joe Biden. And because I'm sure we're not voting for Trump to get deeper into this mess. Now, remember, Carl, a minute ago, 3.5, 4 years ago, people were talking about we're going to vote for Trump because he's going to put some fire behind us and make us do, get up off our behinds and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. It's the same president that says once they start looting, we're going to start shooting. Did he not say that, Carl?
He said that, yeah.
And then when we took the cameras, right, we took the cameras out on the street, and guess who was looting? White people. White people were coming out of Targets with big bags of stuff. White people was looting in California on Rodeo Drive and in Atlanta at Lenox Mall. I'm like, wow, okay, all right. I guess the shooting.
Yeah. And there's something to that, Professor Griff, because the people in LA tell me that no problem in Watts and South Central, but the problems are up in Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, and Melrose, in the fancy neighborhoods. You think, so is it our people doing the looting, or our people learned a lesson?
No, I think our people learned a lesson. I've saw videotape and video clips of black and white people telling other people not to destroy property. There was a brother that ran up on that brother at AutoZone that was smashing the windows with a hammer to stop them. It was black people trying to keep the peace. It was other people coming in to hijack the protests. And that's exactly what they did. So then they're the ones that started looting and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow. But, the violence get blamed on black people when you watch the evening news. They'll only show you clips of black people running out of the AT&T store or CVS with a handful of cough drops or something.
They do. 800-450-7876. Yvonne is up next on line 3. Yvonne's in Maryland. Yvonne, you're on with Professor Griff.
Thank you for taking my call, Mr. Nelson. Have you all heard that they upgraded the charges of the officers and charging the other 3 as well?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Professor Griff,
yes,
I enjoyed immensely the broadcast you, Vicky X, Dillard, and Brother Rich did the other night.
Oh, give
and
thanks.
You all spoke at the fruition. You all talked like the atmosphere went out and the ancestors, like you were saying. And I just thank God for you to keep doing what y'all doing.
Thank you, sister. Really appreciate you. And
okay, bye-bye.
Okay, goodbye. And just to let you know, Carl, right across the board, the bail funds, all right, in every city, lawyers are stepping up pro bono to get people out of jail, regardless of who you are. If you were protesting and you got locked up, in every city, there's a network of lawyers ready to get you out of jail and challenge these cities and challenge these jails and challenge the law.
That is good to hear that the lawyers are stepping up as well. Because, this system of racism, white supremacy, been listening to us long enough, you find out it affects all of us, whether you're a black lawyer, a black doctor, a black nurse, whether you're black. As Neely Fuller says, they stay on code when it comes to us. They treat us all the same.
Right.
They don't ask you for your passport or if you lived in the Brooklyn or you lived in South Side or you lived in Paris or Port-au-Prince. They don't care. They just see the color of your skin.
Right.
And so it's great that some of these black lawyers, because a lot of times that when Dr. Wilson was having issues and we're trying to find some black lawyers to do some pro bono work in the district, couldn't find them. I mean, lawyers in LA wanted to do it, but they're not, they weren't licensed to practice in the district. So,
right.
That's things are still sticking in my craw right now because some of the lawyers we talked to wanted money, and I told some of the lawyers back in LA, they said, "Why?" They were mad at me because I didn't ask them first.
Oh, wow.
Got on the plane and they were serious. They got on the plane and went to DC. They'd do whatever to protect Dr. Wilson.
Right.
So but that's, let me get down the rabbit hole because that's the bottom.
Right. But we have
450. Go ahead.
We have to keep in mind, Carl, when we start to see young black people, black women kneeling down with white police officers praying in the middle of the chaos in the middle of the protest. I'm not sure if that's design. I'm not sure if that's George Soros and the Black Lives Matter people. I don't know if it's just coming out of black people and who we are. But it just it sends a signal, and it lets people know that even in the midst of the chaos and you murdering us, we can still pray for you because we still have that human thing in us. You understand what I'm saying? And I've seen.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it for a second. So where does that come from, man? We saw that happen in the Dallas situation. The brother wanted to hug the cop who just killed his son. And then, in fact, the church in South Carolina gave Dylan Roof. Where does that come from? I'm not hearing it in this particular situation, though. But what is this? Is this some inherent DNA stuff we're talking about here?
No, I think you need to listen a little bit closer, Carl, because the relatives of George Floyd basically said we should kind of try to forgive the cops and, you know, and this kind of, it's like, no. We're not going to do that. We're going to do the exact same thing that they would put us through if we murdered a white civilian. You know, because right there in Minneapolis, they threw Brother Noor in jail, Officer Noor in jail for murdering, for killing the white woman in the same city. I think he got 10 to 30 years.
Yeah, in jail now.
He's in jail right now. So we need to understand it. Pardon me?
I wonder what he's feeling right now after seeing it, because I'm sure he heard about it behind bars while he's in captivity.
Yeah, he's in protective custody because if you're a cop and you go to, I worked in prison. I worked in Fort Leavenworth in Kansas. Yeah, all the police officers got arrested, especially if you was in the military and you came to Fort Leavenworth prison. We had to put you in a whole different wing because people were not going for, I'm talking about religious, devout Christians and Muslims locked away was not going for it. It's just something about the police that people just do not like. And you're right, Quan. It was they got the white savior complex. And they always want to forgive those that do the worst harm to us. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, we got to get our psychologist to get into that and work that out for us. 800-450-7876. Carl is calling us. He's in Long Beach. Carl, you're on with Professor Griff.
First off, I have to commend you both on everything that you guys done over the years. Brother Carl Nelson, you were like our Westervelt Middleton of the 20th. I can't thank you enough for that. Brother Griff, I bought your book, Analytics. I think I was the first one to buy it when you came out here to LA.
Oh, give thanks, good brother. Really appreciate you.
I'm going to ask a question, but I need to set the stage for the question first. The other day I was out, and I'll be out every night, because over here they went buck wild. Matter of fact, 5 minutes from my house. And it wasn't, the damage was minimal compared to other cities. You know, it was extremely minimal. But yet they did do some looting. I'm about your age, Griff, and I'm going out every night because I cannot see one of our young folk get hurt.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I have to be out there just to make sure. I mean, my life is these young brothers and sisters. You know, like you, I tour I'm in the music industry. I've been touring with, just about every celebrity out there, on tour bus for 30 years. That means nothing when I see our young folk get caught up in something that interlopers and other folks, are probably going to get them harmed. I'm talking these Antifas or whatever. So every night I've been out just to make sure they're okay. But anyways, I want to ask a question because it got me thinking about Dr. Bobby E. Wright and his book. I believe it was Psychopathic Personalities, and other essays.
Yes.
And then the other book was Menticide. And it got me thinking about both of those. And there was a statement that kind of Dr. Malamute Baruti, or Professor Baruti said, and brought it to me, blood debts can only be paid in blood.
Right.
And I believe that was, something that Dr. Bobby Wright said. So when I got to thinking, when you guys brought up the thing about what happened with Botham Jean's family after he got killed, and they went up and hugged, and things like that. And I started thinking about the payoffs, Benjamin Crump is all over, he's so busy right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure his schedule is going to be filled for the next 2 years, trying to chase ambulances, from these criminals killing us. It got me thinking, I want to ask you both this question. I want to ask you, if somebody gave you a magic button, or say they had a government mandate or anything of that nature, they said you could have one of two things, and they asked all the black folks, we could either give you $15 trillion of reparations, or you could get blood debts that could be paid in blood. But you can only have one or the other. I want to ask you both, which one would you choose?
Carl, you want to go first? Because I might get cut off with the answer I'm going to give.
Oh, you go ahead, brother. You start.
Woo. No, blood debts must be paid in blood, and then we're going to get the 15 trillion.
Okay. I agree with that. Just blood debt, that's right. Let's start right there.
Blood debts must be paid in blood. The whole concept of it. We don't want to physically go out and talk about shedding blood, but the whole idea of it. When you meet in the court of law, in a world court, all right, we're going to let the world, the globe know, and they already know. We're going to run down the history of the bloodshed in America, white people spilling black people's blood. And then when we start tallying it up, I mean, without the Negroes and the coons in the room, we're going to tally up all the blood debts, and then we're going to get reparations. That's why I said blood debts must be paid in blood. Then we're going to get the 15 trillion. But who came up with the number 15 trillion? We got to quadruple that, man. We want land back. You understand? We want our rights, human rights back all over the globe, not only in America, but all over the globe, in the black African diaspora. So reparations is a whole lot more than just some money. We want to be repaired, plain and simple. And we don't need them to do the repairing. We're going to let them repair themselves. We'll repair ourselves.
Ashe. That's all I got to say to that, Carl. Ashe.
Thank you, guys. And this is why I supported you guys over the years so much, because you picked the right answer.
Give thanks. Take care, brother.
800-450-7876. Go to Alabama. Tanya's on the line, too. Tanya, you're on with Professor Griff.
Hello, Carl. Hello, Professor Griff.
Greetings, Tanya.
Thank you. Just had a comment about the voting. I'm concerned when I hear Black people talk about not voting. The truth is that we live in America, and while we live here, we have to work within the systems that are provided. And the only system of change that we're provided with is voting. So you vote in the presidential elections, you vote in the midterms, you vote in your local election, because those are the opportunities that you have to put people in place, ideally, who agree with whatever it is that your agenda is. When we don't...
Hang on a second, Tanya. We have to take a short break here. We're closing on the top of the hour, so some of our stations have to identify themselves down the line. Stations like 1450, WOL, where information is power.
I'm going to remain calm. I'm going to remain calm. Tanya asking this question about that. What should I say to Tanya when we come back on the air, y'all? Help me out, please. What should I say to Tanya?
Get back on the treatment plan and talk with your doctor to create a plan that will treat you for the low your HPV level. Everything's changed. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association.
I know, Quan. But what do you want me to say to Tanya? No, she didn't get cut off. It's identification, station identification. I know you hear me thinking, Octavius. Right now, I'm just kind of choked up. I don't even know what to say. There's a few minutes left. Ernie, but it's hard to give her the facts in a few minutes. I don't even know what to say to Tanya. But I'm going to be patient, humble myself, and be a good listener.
If you are a dentist or know a dentist, please share this message and help us make a difference in the life of a veteran in need.
Yeah.
Visit willyouseeonevet.org. That's willyouseeonevet.org. Widely regarded as the father of modern gospel music. Andre Crouch was a 7-time Grammy Award winner, and in 2004, he became the only living gospel artist and just
I don't even know what to say to Tanya. But the beautiful thing about this family, it teaches us to listen and to have some compassion for our people that are not where we are. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just be patient.
Other film credits include The Lion King, arranger and chorale conductor.
Because we can't dismiss and get rid of the Tanyas of the world. You understand what I'm saying? We can't get rid of the Tanyas. And I'm not going to make her cry.
WOL, Washington, D.C.
I'm responsible for Tanya.
HD3, Bethesda. WKYS, HD3, Washington. WPRS, HD3, Waldorf, and worldwide at WOLDCnews.com. Welcome to the Carl Nelson Show on Washington, D.C.'s 1450 WOL Radio and live around the world on WOLDCnews.com.
And thanks for staying with us, folks. 6 o'clock in Washington, D.C. Our guest from Public Enemy. His name is Professor Griff. Number to call to speak to him, 800-450-7876. He's got to run real soon, but we're going to have more information with Malik Zula Shabazz about this, what's going on here about the voting as well. And also, he's going to break down the charges. So let's go back to Alabama, though, because Tanya's waiting for us. Tanya, your question or your comment for Professor Griff?
All right. So what I was saying is when we don't vote, we lose our opportunity to use that system to our advantage. And a lot of times, we hear about the politicians don't care about Black people. They don't support our agenda. Well, that's because we didn't vote to get the right people in office. We didn't support people, whatever they can do, And so the other thing is, if voting is not important and it's not an effective system, then why is there so much voter suppression? Why would they not want us to vote if voting wasn't an important thing to do? And so outside of voting, if people don't support voting, what else would you suggest we do? And so I guess that's my question and my comment.
Well, Tanya, respectfully, let me say this. You made a comment about us not voting. Black people have always voted. There was voter suppressions, there was fraud, there was a few other things going on. And then you made another comment about voting for the right people. You see, they look and appear there when they say everything that they think that you want to hear until they get in office, and then we are forgotten about. Tanya, and this is the same old political trick that most of them play on a local and national level. They're groomed on a local level. So by the time they get to a national level, we're thoroughly forgot about, Tanya. And then do we have the infrastructure, Tanya, to hold these particular candidates to everything that they've promised us, Tanya? And then just one last thing, Tanya, can you tell me when did the vote ever do anything for Black people in history? And I'm going to grab my pen and paper, and I want to write a few of these things down that you're going to give me right now. When did it ever help Black people? We had 8 years of Obama, and there was more people murdered by drones and all other kind of madness that went on under Obama. So can you help me out, sis?
Well, we had 8 years of Obama, but remember, the voters didn't come out in the same numbers in those midterm elections. And turn that thing over to Mitch McConnell, whose whole idea was to keep Obama from being effective. So, he couldn't have done it by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm thinking if we would have supported that vote and kept some, Democrats, whoever it was that would have helped support Obama's agenda, I think it's possible he probably could have been more effective.
Oh, so it's the system then. So are we talking about Republicans and Democrats are two wings of the same bird? So regardless of who you vote for, Black people still catch hell. Then we need a third. Then we need a third party, Tanya. We need the Green Party. We need a third party because them two are not going to work for us. Both of them have enslaved Black people.
The two-party system is not effective.
Thank you.
I totally agree with that.
Okay.
Outside of that, my question is, what else do we use if we can't use that?
Well, Tanya, if a spider catches you and I as a mosquito and a fly in the web, that's not the time to negotiate with the spider now, is it? And it's not the time to negotiate to figure out the next spider that we're going to vote for to keep us oppressed and keep us in the web. Am I right or wrong?
True.
Okay, so we need to develop.
We need to put things in place now for the next time.
But you know something? Marcus Mosiah Garvey did something very beautiful. Elijah Muhammad did something very, very beautiful. Malcolm X came behind them, all right, and gave us the plan that we could put in place right now as you and I speak, some of us may vote, yeah, if that's your option, cool, but we need to be doing this other thing on this other side over here that's going to free our people and prevent these people from murdering us in the street, Tanya.
Let's put it in place.
Let's make it happen. My phone number is 678-557-2919. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Thank you, John.
All right.
Thanks, Tanya. Professor Griff, I know you got to run, but people are asking me about your show. How can they check your show? How can they reach you? You just gave your number out to Tanya. How can they reach you? On social media?
I'm on social media. Just Google Professor Griff. Everything will come up. My name, the name of my show, Serious Minds. Everybody know about Serious Minds, but just Google my name, Professor Griff, and it'll come up, Carl. And I really, truly appreciate you for this last hour, man. Really appreciate that. And all the people that called in.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
All right.
Keep fighting the power, Professor Griff. That's what we got to do.
Give thanks. We're going to make it happen. That's right. Fight the power.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's right. That's Professor Griff. 800-450-7876. Attorney.
All right. That's the best I could do with Tanya. I had something else on my heart and in my mind, but I'm like, no, we got to start developing strategy and allies. All right. Before I get off here, family, I got a serious question to ask everyone. All right. And I need y'all to be very honest with me. And I'm not trying to, trust me, I'm not trying to kick up no dust. So I don't want y'all to think that Professor Griff starting trouble. But I need honesty from y'all right now. All right. I need honesty from y'all right now. I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Olan. You think this is? Olan. Let me put this right. I saw a beautiful sight. I saw a very, very beautiful sight. All right. And this is coming from here. All right. I'm not being, y'all know me. I'm not an arrogant person. I'm not heady, high-minded. Sometimes some people need to pull my coat and say, Griff, Bob, and let me correct it. All right. Okay. But I need y'all's help right now. Can I get some power signs, some black power signs, some peace signs, hand claps or something so I can know that I got y'all support on this one? Can y'all let me know something? Can y'all send me some vibration? All right. Miss Lisa, I got you. Mad 365. All right. Egyptian, hold on. Egyptian Jewel, thank you very much. Who else? Mr. Wade, Miss Sexy Johnson, all right. Royalty, Barbara Shepherd, Miss Brooks. All right. Okay. That's enough. I got it. Okay, cool. Now, let me say this. Did y'all see the 200 to 300 Hebrews? I think it was Hebrew Israelites all dressed in purple. Did you see that beautiful sight? How many people saw it? Am I the only one that saw it? Sacramento in the building, Sacktown. Peace, what's good with you? Yeah, we plan on getting justice for not only Floyd, but for all the other. Comrade hitting, you seen it? Yes, you saw it. Dean Muhammad saw it. Mad 365, you saw it. Egyptian Jewel, you didn't see it? All right. So y'all saw it. All right. Please don't take this the wrong way, fam. Please, seriously. That did something to me, man. I'm like, that's an army right there, man. And then I seen the picture of the FOI. I'm like, that's another army. And then I seen the brothers in the streets. All right. Groups of 5 and 6 brothers, which represented cells for me. If you think of military strategy. So I'm looking at the FOI. I'm looking at the Hebrew Israelites dressed in purple, strong black men. I'm looking at the brothers in the streets, young brothers that are fearless. This is the army Did y'all think what I was thinking? Like, damn, if we could just come together and sit down and talk, we ain't got to suffer what we're suffering from white people. Am I right or wrong? Come on, talk to me, y'all. Am I right or wrong? So I'm seeing the brothers in the purple. I'm like, damn. It reminded me when I first joined the Nation of Islam in the first resurrection, and I seen a sea of FOI, probably 2,000 FOI sitting with white gloves on and uniforms. I'm like, man, whoo. Can you imagine if the FOI connect with the Hebrew Israelite brothers? And then we could connect with Crip, Blood. Come on, follow me now. Talk to me, y'all. Connect with all them brothers in the Wild 100s in Chicago and all of the brothers we got in New York, all the brothers in Liberty City, Miami, all of the brothers in LA. Can you imagine that? And we all under one accord and we say, listen, from now on, you touch one, you touch all. And I mean that shit from my core. You touch one, you touch all. When you hold that brother down with a knee on his neck and you suffocate that brother, it should be on and popping everywhere. Plain and simple. And we shouldn't give a fuck if they call the Army, the fucking Marines, they can call the fucking Navy, fucking Boy Scouts. We don't give a fuck. We give less than a rat's ass who you call. If all of us on one accord, blood debts must be paid in blood. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. My daughter is on here right now. My sister is on here right now. My physical blood. Can you imagine me getting a phone call that they died in that manner? These motherfuckers better pray they die or live a long life and die a natural fucking death somewhere. At the fucking Cheesecake Factory somewhere eating something or whatever the fuck, however they want to die. I'm just saying to you, blood debts must be paid in blood. See, some of y'all are scared of that because there's some of us like myself that are born to do it and carry it out, but you scared of Professor Griff. No, not because I got big muscles and I'm tough and all that. You scared of the mindset is what you're afraid of. You're afraid and scared because you see the miles blood run through my veins. You see Yah Satiwa. You see the Zulu that run through my veins. You know goddamn well when you hear me speak and watch how I move, you know goddamn well Nat Turner's running through my veins. Because guess what? I ain't afraid of the cracker and I'm not afraid of your motherfucking ass. Plain and simple. Aisha, you right. Only 300 will be lost. But did you see the sea of Hebrew Israelite brothers in purple? I was like, somebody give me the fucking phone number. Can I call whoever leading them? Can I say, yo, can we have a meeting? Marsha, how you doing? What's good, sis? Can we have a meeting? Can we talk? Can I talk to the general, the captain of FOI? Can we talk? Can we sit down? And then while we sitting down and we talking, we gonna call the RBGs. All right, we're gonna call all the black militia. We're gonna call all of the gangs, street organizations, Crips, Bloods, and whoever else. All right. And we're gonna have one thing in mind. Self-defense. You will not come in the black community and kill black people and get away with it. Plain and fucking simple. Plain and simple. Now, my oldest child is listening to this. And if I didn't tell her before, I'm going to tell her right now. Don't have these motherfuckers, my body at the church, and people talking about Professor Griff would have wanted peace. He was a very spiritual guy, and you know he would want us to hold hands and sing fucking "We Are the World" or some shit or some whatever. Hell no. And I'm just telling you right now, Kiki, My wife is going to have to override what you say if you come in with some bullshit like that. All right? Plain and simple. She got the instructions. If y'all ever see my ass up under a fucking knee, go buck fucking wild. Plain and simple. So all the stuff that's coming out now. Derek Chauvin knew George Floyd. George Floyd was about to drop dime on the 3 officers that held him down. What's the relationship between the 3 officers that held him down? All right. Do y'all know the relationship between the officers? Go pull up them pictures from Sandy Hook. Those 3 officers were there. Go pull up what's the other place? Boston. The bombing in Boston. Those 3 officers were there. Who are these 3 officers really working for? See, y'all just now getting fed up. My daughter, I tell y'all been fucking fed up. And I'm 60. My ass was fed up when I was in my fucking 20s. The fuck? Robert Richards says, Griff, we are not ready for revolution. We don't have no guns and no ammo and no food or hospital. Robert Richards, speak for your motherfucking self and get the fuck off my platform. Yes, the fuck we are ready for you can say that about any. You can say that about Dessalines, Toussaint Louverture, the Mau Mau. You can say that about Yasatiwa, who told the men in her village to sit your monkey ass down and shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go to war with these crackers for sitting on the throne, the Ashanti throne. So we're always ready. And if you ain't ready, you better get ready. The revolution is already on. The war is already on. And we do have guns and we do have ammo. And if we don't, we'll go take it. But I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired to sit and watch us die and nobody do anything about it. That shit has to stop. So Robert Richards, whoever the fuck you are, yeah, say that in lip service for some fucking body else, dude. We are ready. Revolution is complete, constructive, conscious, cosmic change. And we gonna bring about the revolution or die trying, plain and goddamn simple. So we supposed to just sit back and die? You're right, Sherb. He worked with him at the club. What else was going on at the club, though, Sherb? Those 3 officers were in 3 or 4 different other situations where there was some terrorist activity going on. So Robert Richards, what we supposed to do, man? Just die? Man, I ain't never been no fucking punk, man. I'm not going out like that. Yo, this shit right here wasn't for play. What the fuck? My family would tell you I meant fucking business. Shit, the brothers in the group would tell you that, like, yo, yeah, Griff, he's just kind of, he's a little bit, he's extra. Goddamn right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. I'm just saying to y'all, when the shit pop off, like y'all doing now, all you cowards stay at home. You see, social media is the best thing that ever happened to the coward. Social media is the best thing that ever happened to the coward. Because you can say you protested. Did you see the white women pull up in the Mercedes-Benz and got out and put some gargles on and took a drill and said Black Lives Matter, and they took a picture and jumped back in the Mercedes and drove off? See, this is what they do because they want you to think that they really down for your cause. You're right. George Floyd knew something about them cops. That's why they had to kill him. That's why they had to kill him. Anyway, I got an interview to do at 7. I promised these brothers I'd do an interview. You right, Spencer Abram. All the cowards stay at home. And y'all better be glad we out in the streets and we gonna win. Because if we lose, guess who's gonna come knocking on your door? Either them or us. So you ain't got no other choice. When it pops off, sisters, kick the man out the house. Tell him, nah, man, Now, you can't stay here tonight. Sorry. Go stay with Amy Cooper. Is that her name, the Central Park chick? No. Love you too, Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa, pass the ammo. Fuck that, Sabrina. You hope justice is served? No, we're going to make sure justice is served. All this old hoping bullshit, what the fuck is that about? Nah, I don't give a fuck if we got to do some goddamn voodoo. We're going to make sure them officers go to jail like Jeffrey Dahmer, and then we're going to see you in jail. All right, so to let y'all know, I did put the word out there to my people, my people's people, and let them know that George Zimmerman is now in the Fulton County Jail. All right? On a DUI charge. And if the fucker did not get out on bond, we're going to find out which bonding company bonded him out, and we're going to talk. George Zimmerman is in jail in Atlanta. So tell everybody y'all know that's locked down in Atlanta. All right? As the Christians would say, Lord, the Lord work in mysterious ways. That's you goddamn right. George Zimmerman ended up drunk, driving a goddamn car, got pulled over and put in jail. And the brothers that were on the front lines in the protest got locked up too at the same time. What's a goddamn coincidence, my friend? Couldn't have asked for anything better. Woo! Yeah. Oh, he made bail? I'm a damn dollar short and a day late. Yeah, Clay. Austin, we know that. A charge is one thing, but a conviction is another. Okay, we got you. We got you. All right, I want to tell all you Uncle Toms and Aunt Thomasinas. I want to tell all you coons something. Stay the fuck out of our way. Because we're not playing with you. You the buffer between us and dealing with the real enemy. Stay the fuck out of the way. All right? If you don't have anything say positive to young people that are risking their lives on the front line, shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. Just be quiet. That's the best thing you can do right now. Be quiet. Just be quiet. Because you're going to say something, you're going to anger the rest of us. All right? Oh, he made bail? Takia, somebody sent that to me on YouTube. They said, Trina said that black people that are protesting are animals. I hope Trina didn't say that. I'm going to call a couple of people I know that know Trina, and I'm going to ask them. Seriously, man. Can y'all send me the link that Trina said that? Send it to my cell phone, 678-557-2919. Oh, a corporation bailed him out of jail. No, don't send it to my DM. I don't do the DM shit. I don't know the fuck. What's that? I don't know what the fucking DM is. I'm not hip like that. Send it to my phone right here. 678-557-2919. Don't DM me. I don't do that. My wife will tell you, I sent you a message in your. I don't do that shit like that. I don't even know what a fucking DM is. Some No. Send it to my phone. It's right here in my hand. DM? Is that shit? That's the shit y'all be doing when y'all see a chick online? Y'all want to try to kick it to her? Y'all send her a direct message or something? Like, yo, mom, girl's looking right, you know? But them hips, though. I'm like, yo, this shit is corny. Corny as fuck. 678-557-2919. That's my number. The phone is right here in my hand. Seriously, BedX, I don't even know what a DM is. I don't even know. So yeah. Oh, it's a direct message. And where do you go to get this direct message in somebody's DM? So you go on Instagram. Where you go? And I don't even listen. There's probably thousands of messages sitting in my shit because I don't check that shit. Somebody said, "Yo, Professor Griff, I try to get in touch with you, man. I left you a message on Facebook." Okay, bruh. Every time I do a program, I give my phone number. I'll just fucking call me or text me. No, just text me. Can I get a text message from somebody? It's on the home page. Look in the right. Oh shit. Spencer fucking Clark. Fucking Spencer. Babe. Dude. Fucking Spence. No, your link that you sent me, Spence, is not active, bro. Hold up. Let me try somebody else. Ah. Hold up. Oh shit. Trina. Hold on for a second. Let's play Trina.
To make the curfew at 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's how I feel.
No.
Keep everybody off the streets, these animals off the streets that are running around in Miami-Dade County acting like they have escaped from a zoo. Lock them up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be nice and clean. That's how I feel.
What the streets got to do with the people's lives? You got money.
We're not talking about the lives. We're not
You
talking
got
about
money.
that. We're not talking about the lives.
Listen,
We're not talking about that.
You got money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These people got to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
These people been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown too. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown just like them. Uh-huh.
Yeah, these people ain't been working.
Okay.
They about to lose
Unfortunately,
their
a lot
mind.
of people don't have jobs. I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
And they about to lose their mind.
We all about to lose our mind. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And just because
So,
you, one person.
They run. So today their minds are all back. Everybody's minds is back today good? Because the weekend it was they back good, okay?
They mind. One day ain't gonna get their mind good.
So,
but it'll help.
Oh, okay.
Let's start somewhere.
Okay, that's cool.
Let's start somewhere.
And that means
Ain't nobody.
That means tear up our city.
Ain't nobody tear up no city.
That means tear up our. That means run through and tear up our stores and burn down our stuff.
Yeah, I gotta listen to that in my own goddamn time. That shit make my blood fucking boil, man. Yeah, she didn't know about the Asian provocateurs, the white boys out there creating this havoc among the protesters. She knew. Tear up our city. Can I ask y'all something? What the fuck do y'all own calling this shit your city? Just because you live there, that don't mean that shit is your city. What do you own? All right, Egyptian Jew. Okay. LaTanya. Everybody, keep everybody off the street. Trina blasts George Floyd's protesters on the radio. Wow. Wow. So we animals. Brothers and sisters, we're not animals. That's what white people said about us before they want to murder us and commit genocide. They got to reduce you down to the level of an animal so they won't feel that they're killing a human being. We're not animals, Trina. We're not animals. So I guess the white people that was looting and doing they animals too? Wow. See, this is what makes the job so hard, brothers and sisters. This is what makes what I do so damn difficult. Because now I got to deal with this. It's like, yo, Trina, are you serious? Somebody said, who is Trina? Wanda Dixon. Sit your ass down. Go Google Trina's name. Don't come on and ask nothing silly like that. Who's Trina? What? Wanda. Who? Somebody answer Wanda. Wanda Dixon. Where are you from? Unless you've been under a rock for the last 20 years, Wanda. Who's Trina? You're right, Sabrina. The animals are the ones that killed George Floyd. So are you going to say something about them, Trina, the animals that killed George Floyd? How about the animals that killed Ahmaud Arbery? Talk to me. How about the animals that kicked down the door of Breonna Taylor with a no-knock warrant, shot her 8 times and murdered her? Are they animals, Trina? Wanda, just so you don't know, we're talking Trina, the rapper. Sean Harris. Thank you, Sean Harris. I know. It must be Dale Dixon's sister. I know. The animals are the one that choked out Eric Gardner. Those were the animals. The animals are the one that's been lynching you for 400 and some odd years. The animals are the one that went and bust in the house and took our brother out of the bed, beat him to death, tied bricks on his body and threw him in the river. Who am I talking about? They just killed Sean McCain in Indianapolis. Who just killed him? No, look, not yours. I'm not shocked. Trina didn't. Thank you, Wanda Dixon. You're redeeming yourself. Emmett Till, I was talking about. But Trina never gave me anything to kind of to get moved by. So in the way of her music, it's like, oh, okay. What, she was the bad bitch or something? Is that what she said? One of her songs? Okay. Now, next, and Guy Girly. Like I said, I got an interview to do at 7. I got to bring my energy back down. I don't want to get on this brother's interview, right? And with the rah thing, and he's like, all right, you call all the way from Sweden? All right, big up in Sweden. You shouldn't be on here. You should be out in the street. What time is it in Sweden? Oh, I hear you. Jersey 03. Lynn, I hear you. James Byrd. Those are the animals. The ones that drugged James Byrd to death. Quan said, burn some sage. I know. Miss Lisa, I got you. Sending love from Anchorage, Alaska, Brother Griff. Oh, give thanks, man. I'm going to bring it down so I can do this interview. So coming from the Carl Nelson show to another interview, and then I'm supposed to come on at 9, which I'm not sure if I'm going to even make that. Let me just bring the energy down. Let me go do this interview. All right? I'll let y'all know if I come back on at the 9 o'clock hour that I normally come on. My voice is gone. Granddaughter. Black man not listening. Black man not listening. It's okay, black man. But if you do that again, I'm going to let y'all know. It's going to be on. In the words of BedX, it's going to be on. I got to get out of here, man. Love, light, family. Peace, man. Serious minds for serious minds. I gotta get out of here. I love y'all to life, man. Revolution is not an event. It's a process, man. Peace.